Right, okay, here we go. This is going to be my first video, and we're going through some of my Arrow movies. That's mostly the regular, well, 4Ks at the end. These are like the bigger box versions, and there's a couple more that are with the rest of the franchise, if they're part of the franchise, obviously. So here we go. We got the Psycho box set. It is only Psycho 2, 3 and 4 because I have got the first one on regular Blu-ray. But yeah, pretty good. Decent pictures. Psycho 2. Pretty underrated sequel. I mean, it isn't, sort of isn't now because a lot of people know about it because of videos. So yeah, great. Here we go with Tremors. Nice. That's another nice 4K. I think it's native. I think most of the Arrow ones are actually native 4Ks and have stuff like Dolby Vision. Tremors 2. Actually, for a straight-to-video movie that it was, pretty solid. I've not actually seen any of the others. There's about, I don't know, 10 of them now. Something stupid like that. Anyway, like 7, 8 of them. Carlito's Way. Pretty solid film. I don't know if I've seen it before, but I don't know if I've actually sat and watched this 4K. Well, I think I watched some of the special features, but I don't think I've actually sat and watched the movie. Wolf of Wall Street. Quality Scorsese film. Fear and Loathing, that's actually not a 4K. It's a regular 1080p. But it looks great anyway. So same with American Werewolf in London. That's not 4K. That's a regular 1080p. But I have got the German 4K, and I really love that cover. I think that's what made me buy this version of it, because of that cover. 3 discs, so it has actually got some stuff, some special features that the Arrow one hasn't actually got. So yeah, that's good. The Killer. Bought disc 3. You can't, I think on the main cut, Taiwanese cut, is it? You can't fast forward. I don't even think you can stop it. You can't skip or anything. So I have sent away and asked for a replacement disc, and they did say they sent one out. So hopefully I'll get that soon. Hard Boiled quality, probably in mine and a lot of people's opinions, John Woo's best movie there. Clive Barker's Nightbreed. I did have the regular box of the 1080p one, but I sold it recently and got this one because, unlike the Scream Factory one, it's got both cuts in 4K, not just the theatrical, and it has got some more extra features that wasn't on the old 1080p Arrow Blu-ray. So I sold my old one and got this one instead to replace it. So RoboCop, that's a 4K one. Includes the TV cut with, once I even called him Airhead. People in Britain will, well, I don't know, you probably had the same cut in America. But yeah, famously, I'd shown on our TV over here on ITV. It's something stupid like 8 o'clock at night. And you're thinking, RoboCop, 8 o'clock, really? As it's 18 rated over in the UK. And it was really hilariously edited. With some of the instead of bitches leave, Clarence says ladies leave. So that's what you're dealing with. Invasion of Body Snatchers, the 78, is it 77, 78? I think it's 78. With Jeff Goldblum, Leonard Nimoy, and Donald Sutherland. One of my favourite remakes, quite like that. Silence of the Lambs. Nice 4K. That's 4K as well, Invasion of Body Snatchers. That's a nice 4K as well. Silence of the Lambs. Apparently there was I think it might have been like Vinegar Syndrome or someone like that released this a while ago in America, but the first sort of like, I don't know, 25-30 minutes of it didn't have HDR for some reason. So, but on the Arrow version they did fix that, so it's all got HDR and Dolby Vision all the way through. Return of the Living Dead, great movie, quality 4K again, good amount of extras. Still missing one song off the soundtrack due to, rights issues. Don't really bother me. Don't care. Not bothered, because I don't notice what song it is anyway. Salem's Lot, the 70, is it 79? 78, 79, say the TV movie. Toby Hooper, who did Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Nice 4K of a theatrical cut that's about 2 hours, and you've got the full TV version, which is 3 hours. Excalibur, again, nice 4K. It's got 2 cuts of the film. I think one's about I don't know. I think the main cut's 2.5 hours, and then there's one that's about 2. Not watched that one. I've only watched the theatrical long cut. Again, nice 4K, decent. And then we've got Inner Space, Joe Dante movie, one of my favourites, probably just after Gremlins. I think I prefer Gremlins over there. Yeah, it's good. I think they could have done more of an effort with the special features in this one. There is a good 50-minute making of, which does feature a lot of stuff about how they did the effects, which is interesting because the film actually won an Academy Award for special effects. Probably the only film that Joe Dante made that ever did win an award like that. Demo Man, great movie, yeah. Again, it's got two cuts on it. It's got the Pizza Hut cut, and it's got the Taco Bell cut. Apparently, the Pizza Hut cut was like the European one, but whenever we had this in the UK on VHS or whenever you see it on TV, I never saw the Pizza Hut cut until I think I saw the film a few years ago on ITV2 when it was on there, and I was like, hang on, why is it saying Pizza Hut? So I don't know. It wasn't one we had over here. We just had the regular Taco Bell cut. So Dark City, great movie. Shame it didn't really get the recognition it deserved because it came out. Was it right? It was probably round about or just before The Matrix, and obviously it's got similar themes to The Matrix, and The Matrix completely overshadowed it. So it got overshadowed by The Matrix, and you've got 2 cuts on there. You've got theatrical and director's cut's the one to go with that one. Deep Blue Sea, another nice 4K. When Titans Ruled the Earth. Now, this is, I don't know if it's the only one, it might be the only one I've got that's a 4K by Arrow that's actually, I think, is an upscale. I don't think the native 4K is because was the first one, I think it was done as a 3D or post-converted as a 3D movie, so it was probably never shot higher than 2K, so you're only going to get of a digital movie like that, if it's shot in 2K, you're never going to get a native 4K, you're only going to get an upscale. So yeah, here we go with some more. Well, actually, you can go down here. I've got one here. It's going with me Evil Dead stuff. Evil Dead Rise. That weirdly, that's the second 4K of that, because I think Warner's did release their own, and then obviously a few months down the line, Arrow announced it's American. I think it didn't get a 4K release over here. Arrow didn't release this over here in the UK. It's got more extras than what Warner's put out though, so that's why I decided to get that one. And then we've got 3 Jason films. Again, this is a weird one because we got these are UK 4Ks. Friday the 13th, the remake. They haven't released that over here yet, so that is an American. But luckily, 99% of 4Ks are region free, so it'll play on most systems, any system over here really. Trick or Treat, nice 4K. Long Kiss Goodnight, underrated Rennie Harlin, Gina Davis movie from the mid to late 90s. It's a good movie, written by Shane Black, I think, and you can tell because it's set at Christmas, and he loves setting his movies at Christmas. Shane Black. Last Starfighter, obviously grew up with this movie. quality, again, decent 4K. Spawn, now this is one, it's not a good movie. It's a pretty, in my opinion, it's a pretty bad movie, but I've got nostalgia for it because I did go watch this at the cinema when it first came out. And even then the CGI looked terrible. Even then I remember seeing the CGI, even in the cinema, thinking, wow, this is the pits. This CGI is really bad. It's nearly on par with Mortal Kombat Annihilation for how bad the CG. But it's nostalgic, and the special features on it are decent. There's an interview with Michael Jai White, who's in one part, he's talking about how he was actually going to do the first Mortal Kombat movie as Jax, which would have been interesting because he's a decent martial artist. And that was obviously before they changed their minds. And then I think he went straight in to do Spawn instead. And you got 2 Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the remake and the prequel to the remake. Weirdly, again, the prequel, the beginning, UK release. UK and US release. The actual remake, no UK. So, in other words, they've released the prequel to the remake over here, but not the remake. Weird. Why bother? If you can't do both, then why bother? Don't know. Weird. And then we've got Kenneth Branagh's Frankenstein. One of the best versions in my opinion. I enjoy it. Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, decent movie. Alan Rickman steals the movie. True Romance. Is it a Quentin Tarantino written movie? It's alright. Not a massive fan of it. It's decent though. And then we've got, these are from here, just regular 1080p Blu-rays from Arrow. And we've got notable ones, obviously Howling 2. Terrible movie, really bad, but it's funny, it's entertaining to just laugh at, especially when Christopher Lee's in it as well, in such a really bad, I mean, he's no stranger to being in bad movies, but yeah, it's bad. Incredible Shrinking Man, a 50s black and white movie, which is surprisingly decent. I'd never seen it before I picked it up, like second hand on Blu-ray. And I remember being quite impressed by the special effects in it for a 1950s movie. It was alright. Rawhead Rex, terrible thing based on a Clive Barker story. Not very good. Monster looks terrible. Picked it up cheap. That's it. Even if some of these aren't that good, you usually still get good special features that are still always worth a watch. Especially like if you're into like even how they just make films, especially with Arrow, they're usually pretty solid on the special features front. And then you got House 1, 2, 3, and 4. I tried watching 4. I think I fell asleep. Never seen it before. Seen 1, 2, and 3. 1's decent comedy. 2's bizarre. I just remember thinking, wow, this is definitely a film. Number 3 is I don't even know if it was in other places. It was just called The Horror Show. I don't know if it was always meant to be a house film. So, and then you've got some up there like The Woman, The Thing, Evil Ed, the Japanese version of The Ring, The Long Good Friday up there, Heathers, Tenebrae. Still need to watch Tenebrae, but I'm not a massive Jarlo fan, so I don't just watch them as soon as I buy. Some of them I just pick up cheap and then they end up on the pile of shame where I just think, oh, I'll watch them one day. Waterworld, Two Witches. That Two Witches of Kaka, it was a blind buy. I couldn't get along with it. Deadly Games, I haven't actually watched that, and 12 Monkeys. So, yeah, it's not obviously not every Arrow video, Blu-ray or 4K ever made, obviously, but it's my modest collection. So, cheers.